Terence Crawford ducking 154 smoke with Errol Spence. Wants more money or the rematch at 147. What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Cardinal Red Sports. Let's talk about it. Alright, y'all. So, news is coming out. These are rumors up until this point because it hasn't been officially confirmed by anyone yet, but there are a lot of people reporting that Terence Crawford is trying to move the goalposts when it comes to the 154 rematch and is asking for more money. I wanted to give my 545 nickels on what's being said and break it down for anybody listening.
Man, I kind of hate talking about this. It is a rumor, but it's one that we have gotten feedback from. There is a rumor currently circulating that Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford, the rematch, has stalled. And it has stalled because Terence Crawford is saying that in order for him to fight at 154, he would be interested in getting more money.
Alright, y'all. So, Terence Bud Crawford, there was supposed to be a rematch with him and Errol Spence at 154 pounds. Now, if y'all remember when every detail of the contract, not every detail, but most details of the contract were revealed to the public, the one thing that I remember them mentioning was that the loser got to activate the rematch clause, but the winner got to pick where the fight was going to take place at as far as the weight classes. Now, it was all confirmed that Terence Crawford had no problem with having the rematch at 154 pounds.
Oh, this looks nice.
As long as he was compensated, well for that fight. Now, the thing about it was the original fight, I believe, had something in the contract to where both guys got 50-50 or close to 50-50. I think Errol Spence got a slight bump if he won the fight, but I believe it was very close to 50-50. And what was being reported was that both guys were getting upwards of $20 million for the fight.
Man, damn a deal. I ain't dealing my life away, man. Why you hustling me, huh?
Now, from what I can remember, they never mentioned any back-end money, but I'm pretty sure there was back-end money involved, but I just don't remember the full details of that. So now, a few months later, and now Terence Crawford is moving the goalposts once again about the fight being at 154. He's now saying, I'll fight him at 154 only if I get the lion's share of the money. Now, I'll fight him at 147, rematch him at 147 if we have the same split. But if the fight's at 154, I want more money for that.
No, you lying black bitch!
And I find that to be very, very funny, and I think it tells a lot about Terence Crawford and his being difficult to deal with. Now, Bob Arum said this, the PBC people said this, Stephen Espinoza said this, that he was being extremely difficult to deal with.
The end to send a message for you. The end of who? The end of my dig, nigga!
And even Terence Crawford himself has admitted in the past that I've received contracts, but I didn't like the versions of the contracts that they were sending me. So until I get what I want, I'm not agreeing to the fight. At this point, I kind of wish Errol Spence would have walked away from this fight in the beginning, because it almost seems like now that Bud is trying to use another stalling tactic.
Stop stalling, nigga! Okay, all right.
Now, he waited him out of the 147 division, made it to where, he wasn't going to accept the fight until all terms were in his favor, including the fact that he knew that Errol Spence was having trouble making the weight, mainly because Errol Spence put the information out there himself, and I wish he wouldn't have done that either. But now we're in a situation where Bud is like, you know what, I'm not going to have the 154 rematch unless I get the lion's share. And to me, that signifies that he feels like that there's a possibility he might lose the 154 rematch. So he wants all the advantages, and all the advantages are at 147. If the fight's at 147, we all know Spence has a difficult time making that weight. And if they make it at 147, more than likely we'll have a similar fight to the first one. Now, I'm not saying that Errol Spence definitely can't make that, because he already made the 147 limit for the last fight, so he should already be close to that weight. But I think he probably feels stronger at 154 and beyond than he does at 147. Now, if they do force it to be at 147, I hope he does take it. I just hope that he takes more precaution with 147 as far as making the weight and how he makes the weight and how he loses the weight.
Look, them dogs them taught my God. Cletus the dog ripped the garbage open again.
Well, shoot the damn dog.
I'm not shooting no dog.
Because I think he can still win, because we watched him destroy a lot of guys already at 147. So it's not like he can't do it. It's just very difficult for him to do it. So, I'm going to say this to end it off, that Terence Crawford, I do feel like is ducking the 154 rematch, because more than likely Spence is going to be stronger. Whether he wins or loses, he's going to give a better performance. And even if he gives a better performance, it's going to expose flaws in Terence Crawford's game. And I don't think he wants to be exposed at all. I think he wants to move on from Errol Spence and go chase bigger bags of money, because at the most, he's got maybe 4 years left in the sport to take advantage of those huge money fights. And if he takes a loss to anybody, he's going to get drugged through the mud the same way Errol Spence is. And I think he's trying to use the fact that Errol Spence is getting drugged through the mud to his advantage.
Shut up. You better stop talking to me like that.
It's basically making it seem like Errol doesn't deserve as much money, because fans are saying, well, if they fight again, it's going to be more of the same.
Well, fuck you then, punk.
Fans are saying that he wasn't ever as good as people hyped him up to be. Even though he had the majority of the titles, he fought the majority of champions. Even still today, if you compare them two guys' resume as far as 147, Errol Spence had 4 title fights, including the undisputed fight. So he fought 4 titleists, where Terence Crawford fought Errol Spence and Jeff Horn. So he still has a one-up as far as 147 goes over Terence Crawford when it comes to resumes.
Great Scott!
I think it's funny. I think that it's kind of petty, and I think it says a lot about Terence Crawford and his unwillingness to be fair and work with people. This is the reason people question Bud. This is the reason people don't really rock with Bud, because every opportunity that he has to put on a great fight or just go ahead and make a fight, win or lose, he always raises the goalposts. He even did that with Manny Pacquiao back in the day when they were trying to make a fight, and he got sent a contract, and he sent the contract back over some petty stuff. So, we can't put none of this stuff past Terence Crawford. I don't know how true all of this is. We could wake up tomorrow and the fight could be completely signed for 154. We don't know, but this is not something that we could put past Terence Crawford, because he's been known to do it in the past.
To the victor goes the spoils. And if I was anticipating going into the ring of promoting boxing, you promote winners, you don't promote losers. You know what I mean? I'm trying to go out here and I'm not fighting the Civil War. I'm fighting the poverty war. I'm looking for M-O-N-E-Y. I am a capitalist. That's the way it's supposed to be. It's in America, man. That's enterprise. I didn't write the rules.
Y'all let me know what y'all think about all that down in the comment section below. That like button for me. Share. Subscribe. Holler at me on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. But you're more than likely to get a response on the tubes, so holler at me over there. If you want to collab or feature a product or your channel or my channel, feel free to hit my Gmail, because it is a flock of cards at gmail.com. We are
from Louisville to London, I bet this here let them know where I come from. I bet this here make the cops pull stun guns. I bet this here make the best chick nerve. I start shaking the onion, back and forth at the back of a horse. You see him getting money on the avenue. This Louis Keys player didn't know, now you do. I'm a fool on the track, smooth on the track. They stuck to the wall like glues on their back. Until they play this, they don't know how to act. Overheard them spitting game, you don't know how to mac. Let me show you something, teach you a thing or two. First off, don't snoop if you ain't the one banging blue. In other words, mind your own. The K-Y's my home, homie, I'm in the zone. Tell my G's in the place spelling. Tell my girls in the place spelling. Tell my people in the place spelling. It's going down, get right tonight. Tell my G's in the place spelling. Tell my girls in the place spelling. Tell my people in the place spelling. It's going down, get right tonight.
They call me a bad young city slicker, man frame, I'ma get you. I cop a feel, I'll be down if I don't hit you. Split your dick, run through your stomach tissue. A couple of drinks, best believe I forget you. No number to reach you, just a couple of autographs and pictures. This show do it all with you, but I ain't with you, cause I ain't looking for no love tension. And I don't miss you, I ain't looking for no mouth bitching, gotta get it. This is for my G's and Max, the ride with a face and they laugh and a lean in they hat. This is for my club car hoppers, jump in the whip and bitches so proper. And I'm a pimp by name and I don't need no fame, just me and my gang. And I can put it on the game, write it down, take a picture, you can stick me in the frame, do it.
Tell my G's in the place spelling. Tell my girls in the place spelling. Tell my people in the place spelling. It's going down, get right tonight.